Today, sixth graders, we're going to be looking at Understanding Economics, Part 2. We're looking at 4 different types of economies: traditional economy, command economy, market economy, and mixed economy. In a traditional economy, all economic decisions are based on customs, traditions, and beliefs of the past. People will make what they always made and do the same things their parents did. The exchange of goods is done through bartering. Bartering means exchanging something or trading something without money. Some examples of a traditional economy include villages in Africa and South America, the Inuit in Canada, and Aborigines in Australia. Here are a couple pictures of the traditional economy of the Inuit. Here's an Inuit family, and they likely made all of the clothes that they're wearing out of seal hides or caribou or whatever it may have been. They live in a pretty traditional economy, and they do a lot of hunting and fishing. So in the traditional economy, they're doing the things that are customary for their culture. So a traditional economy will answer the 3 economic questions in this way. First question: what goods and services will be produced? A traditional economy would answer it by saying, people will follow tradition and make what their ancestors made. How will goods and services be produced? Well, in a traditional economy, people produce goods the same way that their ancestors did. And who will consume the goods and services? The people in the village who need them will consume the goods or services. The next kind of economy is a command economy. In a command economy, all economic decisions are made by the government. The government owns most of the property, sets the prices of goods, determines the wages of workers, and plans what will be made. In a command economy, the government does everything. This system hasn't been very successful. More and more countries are abandoning it or moving away from it. A command economy is very harsh to live under. So there are no pure command economies in the world today. Some countries are pretty close, though. Cuba and North Korea are close to a full command economy. And all of these countries have the same type of government. They have a communist government. The government is in control of everything. Now, it is a little bit hard to understand that we were saying that North Korea has a dictator, and that's true. The economy is still considered a command economy because the government controls everything in the economy. Here's some images that I think do a good job of explaining a command economy. Here we have um, a picture of a government ruler who is holding people as a puppet, as a marionette. And here's another one that some of you actually found and came up with that I think is a good example. In a command economy, the person who's standing on top of the arrow pointing the way, that would be like the government leader. So the command economy is completely determined and controlled by a central authority. So how will a command economy answer these 3 questions? In a command economy, the government will decide what will be produced. The government decides also how to make the goods and services. And the government gets to decide who to give the services to. They get to decide who gets to use the things or buy the things or have the things. that are produced. Our next kind of economy is a market economy. In a market economy, economic decisions are made based on the changes in prices that occur as buyers and sellers interact in the market. Free enterprise helps make these decisions. Free enterprise basically means competition between companies, and that shifts the prices of goods and services. It's similar to the idea of supply and demand. The government doesn't have control over the economy. Private citizens answer all economic questions in a market economy. How would a market economy answer these three questions? Businesses owned by private citizens would base their decisions on supply and demand and free enterprise. Businesses owned by private citizens would decide what goods and services will be produced. And consumers are the ones who would consume the goods and services, people who buy the things. In a truly free market economy, the government wouldn't be involved at all. There wouldn't be any laws to make sure that goods and services like food and medicine are safe. And there would be no laws to protect workers from bosses who are unfair. There are no pure market economies in the world. That's because we just haven't tried this idea of there being no government control. It would be close to anarchy, and no country has tried that. But some countries are closer than others. The United States, the United Kingdom, and Australia are closest to a market economy. Here are a couple of pictures. Market economy is like a free for all. This is a picture of Black Friday when you see people just running for whatever they want to buy. And here's another picture of people fighting over a TV. Our fourth type of economy is a mixed economy. Since there are no countries that are purely command or market, most democratic countries have a mixed economy. And in a mixed economy, decisions are made by compromise between businesses, the government, and private citizens. Most countries' economies are closer to one system or another. So, for example, they're closer to a command economy or they're closer to a market economy. But most democratic countries have a mixed economy. So, to review, there are four types of economies: traditional, command, market, and mixed. And in each economy, they vary in who has the power to make the economic decisions.